You are now about to witness the strength of street knowledge.
What's up, ladies? How y'all doing? It's your girl, your diva in knowledge, Lady Mocha, representing Mocha's Ladies Lounge, where we toast the growth and spiritual awareness. Yes, I had it really going on, y'all. It's been one thing after another. I had to get a whole nother laptop. I had to get a whole nother mic. So I've been out of commission for a very long time. And that's the thing about this vlogging. You have to constantly be up on your A game, because things change over time a lot. As technology advances, so do you have to advance in your craft as a content creator. So sometimes things you done bought 5-6 years ago, it doesn't work. As the YouTube streets are changing and advancing in technology, you have to be on point, you know what I'm saying? So I had to go back, regroup, and repurchase a whole lot of things so I can get my channel back up and going. So again, I appreciate each and every one of y'all, and my goal is to at least upload once a week. That way I know I can pretty much be consistent until I can find extra time to upload more frequently. But nevertheless, y'all, I so appreciate each and every one of y'all for understanding. Understanding that, being a woman, you have a lot of hats you have to wear. I'm a wife, I'm a business owner. Not only that, I also help my husband with his business. So it's a lot a girl has on her plate, I'm telling you. But nevertheless, y'all, enough about my personal life. Thought it was imperative that I shared this with y'all. One of my unhinged crime series. Yes, another one bites the dust, y'all. It's another dusty decision diva who, unfortunately, is going to be facing prison life sentence due to not being able to handle rejection, okay? So basically, she decided to trade love for a lifetime sentence, right? So, of course, I'm getting ready to go into that, and we're going to play a couple of clips because I want y'all to be in the loop, right? So, by the way, go ahead and hit that like button. Like, share, subscribe. Join the family if you haven't joined already. Here we have a good time at the lounge, so definitely feel free to join the family. If you don't want to join membership, which is only $3 a month, you're welcome to just hang out in the lounge and just chill with us and just go ahead and hit that like button. So big ups to everybody who's been supporting me. Big ups to Mocha's Mod Squad. Big ups to all the other content creators who do stop by and show love nevertheless. So yes, we want to get into talking about this, right? So y'all, this has gone viral. Very, very, very tragic situation, y'all. And it just really goes to show you that women these days, they really take rejection to a whole nother level, and they just become totally distraught when a man does not want them and they cannot handle not being wanted, right? So anyway, y'all, if y'all been sleeping up under the rock and y'all haven't heard about this, a jealous Queens woman flew to Florida and viciously stabbed to death her ex's new girlfriend because she was furious the other girl had blocked her on social media. Sakania Thompson, 31, was found guilty of first-degree murder for stabbing Kayla Hodgson, 23, dozens of times at her apartment in South Florida in July 2022. Thompson, who was 2 months pregnant at the time of the attack, testified Monday that she blacked out on the suddenly gained consciousness and realized she had unalived her romantic rival, right? But I'm going to go ahead and play some clips just so y'all can kind of get a better understanding as to this whole situation that transpired and went down. So I'm going to go ahead and just share versus just reading all the details, right? So let's get into it.
Only here on NBC6, the trial of a woman accused of plotting to kill her romantic rival in Tamarack is happening right now. 31-year-old 𝓜𝓸𝓬𝓱𝓪'𝓼 is charged with the 2022 murder of Kayla Hodgson. Let me take you back. Broward Sheriff's investigators say that Thompson flew down from New York days before the murder with the intent of killing Hodgson. Detectives say the two women were dating the same men. Well, Hodgson was found stabbed to death in her village apartment home in Tamarack. Prosecuting and defense attorneys just wrapped up their opening statements minutes ago.
Kayla's body will not only tell you the details of her brutal attack, but her body will tell you who did it. Because there was something that the defendant could not clean up and take with her, and that was the DNA of the defendant that was under one of Kayla's fingernails.
She was afraid to call the police. Why would they believe her? She panicked. She did not go there for this. She went there to have a woman-to-woman conversation about where their relationship stood.
And the trial is expected to last several days. Thompson faces the possibility of the death penalty if she is found guilty.
All right, y'all. So I want to pause it right there. I'm going to show you also some TikTok videos. A couple of people had commented on this, and I thought they brought some insightful information. So I want to share this with y'all as well. So let's get to that. Also,
over 2 hours of testifying in her own defense, 𝓜𝓸𝓬𝓱𝓪'𝓼 told jurors she was jealous of the relationship her boyfriend had with the victim, Kayla Hodgson.
A little, I guess you could say, jealous and like insecure.
Thompson admitted to flying from New York to Tamarack in July of 2022, in part to confront Hodgson about the relationship, hoping to convince the other woman to stop. This video shows Thompson showing up unexpectedly at Hodgson's Tamarack apartment at 4 o'clock in the morning. When Hodgson let her in, Thompson says a conversation about their love triangle quickly turned sour. Thompson says Hodgson hit her over the head with a hookah.
She just starts grabbing my hair and punching me, and I'm on the floor. I'm kicking. I'm trying to get up to fight back at this point because now it's a fight.
Thompson was 2 months pregnant at the time. She told the jury she had no choice but to grab something sharp and defend herself. Thompson testified that when she thought Hodgson was dead, she tried to clean up parts of the crime scene with Lysol wipes and paper towels. Thompson told jurors she went to Hodgson's apartment uninvited to talk woman to woman about dating the same man. Thompson claims Hodgson attacked her.
Punching me.
Punching you where?
My face.
Where on your face? Point to it for us.
I don't remember, but everywhere on my face.
You don't remember where she was punching you in your face?
In my face.
I mean, this is why you killed her, right?
No.
Right?
No.
It's not?
No.
You didn't kill her because she was fighting you?
No, I killed her because she took the glass from the hookah and slashed me across my stomach.
Thompson says she was 2 months pregnant at the time. She says Hodgson cut her stomach with a piece of glass. Thompson grabbed the glass and then blacked out. She allegedly awoke to Hodgson dead on the floor.
now, y'all, I had to pause it right here. Fair use. Anything I say in this content is for educational and entertainment purposes only. This is my fair use and this is my disclaimer. So, y'all, just a little bit y'all are seeing, this already shows that this female is definitely mentally disturbed and mentally deranged. Anytime a woman who's already 2 or 3 months pregnant takes a flight from New York to Florida, all to confront her man's new woman, that already lets you know that this chick is very much psycho. Okay. Furthermore, what's disturbing to this matter is that she went to this apartment complex 4 in the morning. And for whatever reason, I don't know what made Kayla feel safe enough to let this woman have access to her apartment, let alone her address, 4 in the morning, you know, because my thing is she did not know her like that. The whole situation was over Dusty, right? was over a dusty dude. And my thing is, whatever details or information she needed, that could have been discussed over the phone. I don't know what possessed 𝓜𝓸𝓬𝓱𝓪'𝓼 to want to take a flight all the way to this woman's property, right? And the victim, who definitely didn't deserve this, she felt comfortable enough to allow 𝓜𝓸𝓬𝓱𝓪'𝓼 to actually come to her home so they could discuss it as women. So that was the original, that was supposed to be the plan. Obviously, for the victim to feel safe for her coming, she probably was like, hey, we could talk about this in person if there's something you would like to know, or if you really want to try to get down to the root of the problem, you can always stop by and we can discuss it at my house. Kayla possibly was probably one of them girls that probably just thought it was going to be a simple conversation. I'm sure if she knew her life was going to be taken just over conversation, I'm quite certain she would have avoided that conversation, let alone even meeting 𝓜𝓸𝓬𝓱𝓪'𝓼 in the first place. But nevertheless, she felt comfortable enough, and it was mature, but yet a reckless decision on her behalf, because she really did not know 𝓜𝓸𝓬𝓱𝓪'𝓼 that well. And this is a major, major eye-opener for women. Have to be mindful. When a woman wants to confront you about her man, or if you want to confront about another woman about your man, it's pretty risky these days, because you don't know the mindset of the woman. And believe it or not, these women today are just as not, if not more dangerous than these men. So it definitely was bad judgment on both of their behalves, but the worst judgment was basically of 𝓜𝓸𝓬𝓱𝓪'𝓼, because she actually took a flight. And you know how much time and effort that is? It takes into going to another woman's house and you know nothing about her. Not to mention, the victim pretty much tried to block her, and she did block her in the initial beginning when 𝓜𝓸𝓬𝓱𝓪'𝓼 kept reaching out to her. And that's a mature thing to do. You got a psycho ass broad trying to reach out to you about her dude, or a dude that you just met and y'all started dating. That's the natural thing to do. You just block her to avoid any drama or any the situation from escalating any more higher than what it already had, right? And nevertheless, what ended up happening was it backfired. It had really, really backfired, because while the girl, Kayla, is trying to be woman enough to let it go, let me just block this broad. 𝓜𝓸𝓬𝓱𝓪'𝓼 was not having that. And you have some women that are very much man-struck. When it comes to a man, they make that man their everything. Their life revolves around them. And it's a phrase that a lot of women been using, and it's called male-centered. And what I have reason to believe is that it's in relation to a woman who revolves her life around a man, being with a man, having a man, wanting to be with a man. You have some women out here who just cannot function unless they got a man, unless they're in a relationship with somebody. And we all know women like this, right? As soon as she breaks up with one, she's moving on with another one, or as one, may have a harder time letting go of a toxic relationship. The man is dogging her, dragging her, taking her through changes, and she wants to fight or get offensive with anybody who tells her, girl, you need to leave. This ninja is no good for you. He's just bringing you down. She will become defensive and defiant. You got some women out here that are very much male-centered. Their world revolves around a man, and without a man, they don't feel important. But let me play some more clips, y'all, because we got a whole lot more to discuss on this.
Gruesome autopsy photos of Hodgson's body show she was stabbed dozens of times.
I wasn't really walking over the blood, I was walking in the blood.
You walked in the blood?
Yes.
With what shoes?
The BB shoes. I changed my shoes.
Thompson admitted to changing into the victim's clothes, cleaning up some of the crime scene, and being too scared to call police. She also threw evidence in the trash.
No, she's getting close enough because my jacket was cut up.
Okay, your jacket was cut up?
My jacket was cut up.
Okay, and where'd you do with that jacket?
Threw it away.
In the months leading up to the killing, Thompson admitted to getting upset when Hodgson blocked her on social media. The state says she was upset enough to kill.
You wrote her on IG, and she, in fact, ignored your message initially, correct?
Correct.
And that made me angry.
Correct.
Absolutely. So the whole bottom line was Sakanya was not going to rest until she got a hold of this woman, because in her mind, she's pretty much already felt defeated as far as getting her man to respect her and to only desire her. So what she does is she takes it upon herself and tries to either scare the woman off from not wanting to be with the man, because that's initially what she was trying to do. She was trying to talk the girl down from not wanting to talk to her man and deal with her man, right? And the girl, Kayla, wasn't going for that. Like, shit, I ain't got nothing to do with that. He the one coming over here. He the one dealing with me, right? So if I can't get him to respect me, I'ma just have to move you out the way, you know? And you have some women that think like that. Instead of them taking up all of their issues with that man who's disrespecting them, they're not confronting the man who's supposed to be committed to them. No, they automatically go to the woman. It's an easier cop-out, because what it is, they know they cannot control these men. They know at the end of the day, these men are going to cheat, lie, deceive them no matter what. But what happens is, when you become more in love with the man than your self-respect and your integrity, you would pretty much go after any and everybody that man wants, versus accepting the fact that this dude doesn't have no respect for you, right? So let's go to another clip, y'all. And again, please hit that like button if you are just joining. Again, I appreciate everybody for still standing by me, still rocking with me through all these technical difficulties. And I'm going to play another one for y'all too.
I just knew that 𝓜𝓸𝓬𝓱𝓪'𝓼 was Jamaican. I just knew it. I knew it. But Jamaicans, we're not claiming her. Bahamians, do y'all want to claim her? North Koreans, do y'all want to claim her? Because we're not claiming her. We are not claiming her. But whenever I hear about stories like this, and I might sound a little perverted saying this, I always think to myself, damn, is the pom-pom or the buddy that good that you are willing to kill for? Like, you're willing to kill somebody else because of it? Did y'all hear about the story? Did y'all hear about the story? Well, here's the story, right? This is 31-year-old 𝓜𝓸𝓬𝓱𝓪'𝓼 Thompson, a nail tech from Queens, New York. Her boyfriend at the time was cheating on her with this woman, this 23-year-old woman. She don't look 23 to me in this picture, but that's either here or there. She looked 38. But anyway, the boyfriend was cheating on 𝓜𝓸𝓬𝓱𝓪'𝓼 Thompson, right? And 𝓜𝓸𝓬 hit the girl up on Facebook and Instagram, and the girl ignored her. So she booked a flight, okay, a JetBlue flight. 𝓜𝓸𝓬𝓱𝓪'𝓼 Thompson booked a JetBlue flight. She could at least book a Spirit flight or a Frontier flight. But anyway, booked a flight from New York to Florida, to Fort Lauderdale, Florida, to confront this girl. I almost forgot, guys. 𝓜𝓸𝓬𝓱𝓪'𝓼 Thompson was 2 months pregnant at the time. So she flew JetBlue from New York to Fort Lauderdale to confront this girl, 2 months pregnant. So it's 4 o'clock in the morning, and knock at the door is 𝓜𝓸𝓬𝓱𝓪'𝓼 Thompson at this girl's Tamarack apartment. And being from Broward, I'm from Broward County. I grew up close to Tamarack. That apartment complex, I've seen it before, and I think that's a gated apartment complex. I know it's gated, so how did 𝓜𝓸𝓬𝓱𝓪'𝓼 Thompson even get in the gate? But anyway, knock at the door is 𝓜𝓸. Open up, it's me. The girl's sleeping. The girl's like, what's going on? So the girl opened up the door, and there's 𝓜𝓸. They go back and forth. They start fighting, and 𝓜𝓸𝓬𝓱𝓪'𝓼 Thompson end up killing the girl. She stabbed her in her stomach. So after 𝓜𝓸𝓬𝓱𝓪'𝓼 Thompson realized that she killed the girl, she was like, oh shit, just murdered her. So I'm gonna put on her clothes and clean up the evidence and throw the evidence away.
Now, isn't it something disturbing about this, y'all? And please make sure y'all hit that like button. After she unalived this young woman, after she unalived Kayla, she had the audacity to wipe the evidence of blood off, with some clothes. And then on top of that, when she left the residence, she left in Kayla's clothes. Now, I'm trying to figure out what is the reasoning, the psychological reasoning behind that. was she wearing Kayla's clothes as a sense to say, she tried to replace me, but now I'm back in her place, being that she tried to take my man? Or was that her way of changing her identity, trying to make herself look different? So in an event, the cameras would catch her, she looked like a different person exiting the apartment. Whatever the case was, it just definitely makes no logical sense, right? And it just does not add up. But it gets interesting, because if y'all think I'm not going to show y'all her boo thing and all of that, yes, we're definitely going to get into that. But for sure, before we get to that, I want to also show y'all some other things as well. So let's see if we could also like get down to this. Let's also go to these videos here, because there's something else I want to show y'all, okay? Now, this is an old video of her, just so you can see.
Thinking I ain't gonna go look on their page. I be looking at y'all page, and y'all can't talk about me, because a bitch just be talking about me. Thinking I ain't gonna go look on their page. I be looking at y'all page, and y'all can't talk about me, because
See, something, the elevator doesn't go all the way up, y'all. It's something missing up there. There's a mental malfunction. It's a whole lot going on. And listen, a lot of times you can tell a whole lot about a female if you talk to her long enough. If you're a woman and you have spiritual discernment and spiritual awareness, you should be able to sense when you're talking to a female that's not all the way there. Just the way that she's conducting herself in this small little 18-second segment just lets me know this is not somebody I would want to confront. I would want to address about anything. No, absolutely not. So let's go into some other clips that I had saved, y'all. And we're going to get to the main point at hand. So just bear with me. I just wanted to show y'all a couple of things, you know.
State of Florida versus 𝓜𝓸𝓬𝓱𝓪'𝓼.
A burden lifted.
We, the jury, find as follows as the defendant in this case. The defendant is guilty of murder in the first degree.
Guilty is what this family has waited to hear for more than 3 years.
We finally have some justice for Kayla.
A jury found Sakina Thompson guilty of killing 23-year-old Kayla Hodgson in 2022. Prosecutors argued Thompson surprised Hodgson at her Tamarack apartment, confronted her about the two of them dating the same man, and then stabbed her to death. Hodgson's family cried tears of joy in the courtroom Tuesday. They hugged each other tight because a guilty verdict is what they prayed for.
We're so thankful in this moment that the jury was able to see the story for what it is, that Kayla did not deserve to die the way that she did.
Defense attorneys insist Thompson didn't start the fight. They say Hodgson hit Thompson first and cut her stomach with a piece of glass. When Thompson took the stand earlier in the week, she admitted she killed Hodgson because her life was in danger and she was pregnant.
She thought, oh God, she's coming for me and my baby. That's when she grabs the glass and then she blacks out.
After the murder, Thompson admitted she changed into the victim's clothes, cleaned up some of the scene, and that she was too scared to call police. She also threw evidence in the trash. A life taken too soon. Years later, the family says they got justice.
And the moment I heard guilty, it was what we all needed for closure in this moment to move forward, to start our healing process. It's been a long 3.5 years.
State of Florida versus 𝓜𝓸𝓬𝓱𝓪'𝓼.
A burden lifted.
We, the jury, find as follows as the defendant in this case.
All right, y'all, so it's rotating. So I'm going to play this last clip. No, actually, no, I got two more. I wanted to play this one because this lady here was standing on business and she made a lot of significant points regarding to this case. Please make sure y'all hit that like button if y'all haven't hit it already. Thank you so much.
Sakina Thompson is the perfect example of why I've never had a bunch of female friends. I've always had guy friends. I literally only have like 2 women that I'm really close to. That's it. And I will never have any more than that because I know the evilness that a male-centered woman can do. I do not hang with women who are male-centered. I do not hang with women who are always talking about a man. I do not hang with women who, when they see somebody else complimenting me, they seem irritated. Like, I pay attention to that. Especially when it comes to black women, because so many black women never learn how to love themselves. And they become very jealous anytime another woman is getting more attention than them. This woman caught a flight to go see about another woman that she said was dealing with either her man or her ex-boyfriend.
Make sure y'all hit the likes, y'all. Hit the likes. Appreciate you. Thank you.
That right there lets you know that there was something that was clearly off. Because ain't no sane person gonna do some shit like that. It ain't never that fucking serious. The way that so many women are quick to go check the other woman instead of checking the man is crazy work to me. It is something I will never understand. I'm not going to prison behind taking the life of another woman unless that other woman was trying to harm me. It definitely will not be behind a man. I said this to y'all before. If I was in Sakina's situation and I was gonna do something stupid like that, the man is the person that I'm gonna get. It's not gonna be the other woman. It's gonna be the man. Because Sakina looks real stupid right now, about to go to prison. And the man that you did all that for is already moved on.
Yes, and this is very true, ladies. I did a lot of digging, and of course, yes, he's already booed up with someone else. So looks like she's gonna be booed up with a new boo in prison. But let's continue.
Make this shit make some sense. Rest in peace to the woman who lost her life in this situation.
I totally agree. And I don't do male-centered women. Women that's all about my man. I cannot roll with women who are on that level. Women who think that they are only valid as long as they can say they got a man, as long as they can say, they are attached to someone. Those type of females, they are very much dangerous. And I totally agree with that. Because they're the type that as soon as that man lets them down,
Sakina outside of work.
as soon as that man lets them down, they crash out on everybody around them. You feel me? And I had a friend who was similar to that. Her world revolved around just her man or her husband all the time. She didn't have another life outside of that, other than the children they had together. And she was really banking on that man to be with her for the rest of her life, and she had her heart set on that. It's like when you start making these men your God and you make them more important than you make them the is all be all to your life. And the moment they disappoint you or the moment they let you down, now you're distraught and you fall into a deep state of depression, and that's why you can't be on this, my man. Nothing wrong with having a man and enjoying being with a man and building with him, having a future. But when you become so overly infatuated to the point you will hurt another woman over what your man does to you, that's a whole different level of dysfunction. So this is the last clip I'm going to play before I go into my commentary and shut things down momentarily. Just for y'all to see, right? This was your average chick, okay? This woman had a lot going for herself. She was a nail tech. Badass, might I add, right? The girl can do nails like no other. But I want y'all to pay attention to her mannerisms, the way she kind of gloats over this man. And listen, when y'all see the man, y'all gonna be too upset. I'm gonna let y'all know that now. I mean, he is definitely the profile of dust material, okay? But nevertheless, let's go ahead. I want y'all to kind of get an idea of what kind of woman she is, before it got to this point where she was willing to do time over the love of her life, a life sentence. So let's talk about this. Yeah, she was willing to do life over the love of her life. Isn't that the irony of all of this? But let's play this right quick, y'all. And I'm going to chop it up a little bit because I don't want to, go into too much time with this stuff. But let's go.
Beautiful, bright, and sweet young lady who was trying to enjoy her life and also work at the same time. Kayla worked with a bartending company as a bartender for private events. She was a hard worker and really loved by her colleagues. Kayla is also popular on the night scene. She enjoys herself with her friends. She parties and does enjoy Florida nightlife.
So, gotta admit, the girl is stunning. She had a banging body. So one could only imagine, right? Sakina, I guess I keep calling her Sakina, most likely, if she's obsessed about her man like you think, 9 times out of 10, she's been all over this girl's Instagram. She's been all over her Facebook. She's been jocking this girl. She's been like running her down. That's how she found out about her. And the moment she saw how pretty this girl looked, she crashed, she flatlined. Okay, had it been somebody who was taught from the flow up, built like a school bus, you know what I'm saying? Like, just basic off-brand. I don't think it would have pressed her like that, but she saw how beautiful and stunning this woman was, and she even said during her testimony that she was jealous. She felt insecurity. So this just goes to show you, ladies, you never know who the hell is jocking you. You never know who is paying attention to you and studying you. While you might not feel like you all of that, or you may feel like you struggling paying your bills, you don't know who's watching you, wanting to be you, wanting to be in your shoes. So listen, I'm going to go ahead and play, but listen, y'all can tell this girl was infuriated when she saw how stunning Kayla was. Women, we love to see our competition, right? Especially when they don't look as good as us, okay? Hit that like button.
Kayla would cross paths with another young lady called Sakina Thompson, who is 28 years old.
She's not 28, she's 31.
Sakina is a very popular nail technician in Long Island, New York.
Show you, then show your...
The girl does nails. Talented, right? But we're going to have to try to go past some of this, okay?
She acts it on social media too.
I still got one bitch, I'm gonna smack the wig off. And then I'm gonna change.
She usually shows how tough she can be. Sakina was in a relationship with someone named Terry. It was a turbulent and very toxic relationship. They stay cussing at each other, going back at each other, but end up back together.
Suck my dick, eat a dick, bozo. Look at how toxic. Fucking weirdo shaking my darn head. This, like I said, this chick got some loose screws. These guys don't be realizing some of these females they be smashing. They psychologically damaged, but yes, you can just tell. Pretty girl, but very toxic.
She posts pictures of them doing all sort of thing together, from sleeping next to each other to her receiving gifts from him on her birthday.
That's him in the background, y'all, okay? Looking like a little damn bed bug, right? I was reading some of the comments, and they said on her Instagram, which I tried to look it up, but I don't see it there anymore, how you could tell she was totally infatuated with him. Like, he was all over her page. Like, she had multiple pictures of him. She was totally obsessed with this man. She been lost herself a long time ago, right? But yeah, just wanted to inform y'all of that. And you know what? The truth of the matter is, y'all, you have some women, they're more in love with the concept of being in love than actually being in love. You can just tell she was just totally like overwhelmingly out of touch with herself with this man. Mr. Damn Bad Boy.
Yeah, the big one.
Honey, no more wet and wavy lace wigs gonna be available where you going.
In this video, it reads, how my boyfriend sleeps when he finally found his soulmate with the Gorilla Grip and heated indoor water park. Both women would end up crossing each other's path with the help of Terry. Days before this incident that happened on July 13th, Terry and Sakina had flown down to Miami to party. They did party, and during this time Terry engaged with Kayla, which Sakina found out about somehow. Out of anger and jealousy, Sakina, who had put a tracker in Terry's Range Rover, tracked his car, which was at Kayla's house. When she finally found her way to the apartment after Terry left, she did the unthinkable to Kayla. She stabbed her and cut her from ear to ear. Sakina was said to have linked up with Terry later in the day. Then they both flew back to New York the same day she committed that crime. Someone would call the police to report the crime after seeing Kayla's lifeless body. Her lifeless body was discovered in an apartment in Tamarack Village.
And now to a tragedy in Tamarack after a woman is found dead.
Okay, so I'm gonna pass all of that, y'all, because we've seen several clips on that. Okay, but I'm gonna show this.
And friends shocked and just absolutely.
According to a grand jury indictment, Sakina stabbed Kayla multiple times with a knife or other sharp instrument. She was extradited and is being held without bond at the North Broward Bureau Jail in Pompano Beach. While Sakina was in jail, she realized the glamour life is different from the jail life. She could not handle it anymore, so in an effort to get out of jail quick, she sent a letter to the judge in charge of her case. It reads, "To your honorable judge, Casey. I'm writing this letter to you in hopes of finding mercy from the court to allow me to give birth outside of jail while also fighting my case. Please have sympathy for me, being that I am a first-time mother and have no priors, never been in trouble before. I am terrified of going into labor while incarcerated because this facility is not properly suitable to accommodate a pregnant woman. I have been incarcerated since August 3, 2022 and due February 17, 2023. Spending my entire pregnancy locked up have been stressful. I have a stable place as well as family to vouch for me. I'm asking you for the opportunity to mother my newborn baby while I fight for my innocence. Please take everything that I have said into consideration while making a decision on whether I may be released on bond, pre-trial, monitor, etc. Thank you for your time and consideration on this matter. Sincerely, Sakina Thompson." Kayla got a lot of condolence messages on her social media platforms while Sakina was talked about badly. Some called her a murderer while some others called her being dumb for doing that because of a man who is already meeting up with other ladies as they speak. Kayla's friends had a balloon release for her.
Y'all, so I think I'm gonna go ahead and shut it down from there. I showed y'all plenty and enough, just for y'all to kind of get a whole logistics of the situation. The whole overall point of this is that Sakina was man crazy and she was already in a toxic relationship, and that's the reason why Terry, which is the former boyfriend, the moment she's actually saw him step out, this just infuriated her. There was already issues in that relationship. And what a lot of women don't understand is if you and that man already are not on the same accord, y'all already having problems in the relationship, 9 times out of 10, one would only expect that sooner than later, they're going to start dealing with somebody else on the outside of that relationship. Common sense. If they're not respecting you, they're doing stuff sneaky, they having sneaky link ups, they're doing stuff inappropriate, texting other females, going to sneak and link up with other females, 9 times out of 10, if insecurity is your issue, then you are definitely not going to survive. You know what I mean? You're going to end up taking your life or end up taking somebody else's. And in this case, that's exactly what happened. She made a dusty decision. 𝓜𝓸𝓬𝓱𝓪'𝓼 made a dusty decision. The moment she saw this girl, she crashed out immediately. Once she saw this girl was young, beautiful, and stunning, keep in mind, 𝓜𝓸𝓬𝓱𝓪'𝓼 is 31, and Kayla was like 22, 23. All of that infuriated her. I mean, let's just be frank. I mean, 𝓜𝓸𝓬𝓱𝓪'𝓼 got a little body weight. You know what I mean? She got you know, some thickness going on. Okay. Kayla is slim. Right, tight, body is tight and right, cute in the face, slim in the waist. I mean, she lost it because she already knows Terry is known to mess around with other women. You know what I mean? So the moment she saw this girl, she lost it. And what it was she wanted the girl to just disappear and go away. Okay. And the moment she saw her, that's what provoked her to reach out to her on her Instagram. The girl tried to ignore her, and 𝓜𝓸𝓬𝓱𝓪'𝓼 is not one to ignore. You know what I mean? And that's why these men got to be careful. You know what I'm saying? She could have turned around and killed him. You know, it could have went either or. You know what I mean? She basically was on a rampage, you know, when she saw how pretty Kayla was, and she scoped out her competition, and she went to go catch a flight to go see the girl. And I guess one would think the reason that conversation probably went left, she probably told the girl, and I'm just thinking hypothetically speaking, 𝓜𝓸𝓬𝓱𝓪'𝓼 probably told Kayla, I don't want you seeing him. You know, stop coming around, stop calling him, stop allowing him to come over. Let me tell you, you got women like 𝓜𝓸𝓬𝓱𝓪'𝓼 that's so crazy. They will tell the other woman to leave their man alone before they tell a man to stop messing with other bitches. I mean, that's just the whole bottom line. They will give the woman instructions on how to get away from her man. I mean, these dudes got a mind of their own. You know what I mean? Even if Kayla would have went on by the business and said, look, your girl done already been by here. I don't want no smoke. You need to go back home and make things work with your woman. I don't want her coming back over here. Terry was one of them ones. Nah, it ain't nothing like that. That's her being crazy. You know what I'm saying? I ain't even feeling her like that. We've been broke up. We've been over. Women like 𝓜𝓸𝓬𝓱𝓪'𝓼, it's never over for them. That's why when these dudes come to you and be on some, oh, it's over, I'm done. Listen, don't take nothing deep until you've been in a situation long enough to kind of see for yourself that it's really, really done like that, because he may be done, but that don't mean his unhinged pigeon is done. You know what I mean? Terry, in my opinion, he's been over that relationship. That's why he been cheating and messing around. I'm sure this ain't the first woman she done had an encounter with. She's obsessed with this man. She made this man her God. She made this man her world. She posted him multiple photos all over her Instagram account. You know, like he was the best thing since sliced bread. And of course, we can see in the looks, he is not all that at all. You know what I mean? He's not the cat's meow. But in another woman's eyes, in her eyes, she sees this man as the best thing that ever happened to her. That's why she went so far as to taking another woman's life, trying to keep him, only to find out you're going to be in prison and he's still going to be messing with other females on you. What's going to be hurtful is, because, you know, in prison, they have access to the internet. 9 times out of 10, she's going to scope out his page. She's going to try to keep up with him and see what's going on. And she's going to have to deal with the fact that this man is still going to be dealing with other females on you. And you can't do nothing about it. That'll be the last time you take another woman's life, because now, whatever woman he deals with now, you can't catch no more flights, okay? The only thing you're going to be catching is towels and commissary, okay? That's the only thing you're going to be catching. Only thing I would hate to say, now that she's going to be in prison for life, she's going to be linking up with women in the inside. And my thing is, a zebra don't change its stripes. If you're obsessed with a man, you're going to be staying in all kind of fights in a prison, because that's all females do in prison is link up and have relationships. You know what I mean? Gay for the state, whatever you want to call it. So if she's one who cannot handle rejection, I don't see that leaving her system anytime soon. The girl is infatuated. She's obsessed with having somebody in her life. She cannot be by herself. Anyway, Leave your opinion below. Let me know what y'all think about this Unhinged series. Another one bites the dust, y'all. Another dusty ass decision from a dumbass broad. Anyway, y'all, leave y'all comment below. Let me know what y'all think about this. And please stay subscribed, y'all, okay? Because I'm going to be uploading at least once a week. So stay subscribed because I don't have a specific date at this point. So stay subscribed so you will always be in the loop. And again, y'all, it feels so great and awesome to be back. And I definitely missed speaking to y'all. And I definitely am glad to be back. So I will be talking to y'all soon. And please hit that like button on the way out. It's like turn the lights off. Switch that like button on before you exit on your way out. Talk to y'all later. Be blessed. Love you all. Take care.